Okay, so this is the last part. Just a few little things that they had to clean up, I guess. Um, yeah, just more the same. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Married to Medicine. This is part 3 of the reunion for season 8. Listen, there was just some more of the same things that was actually going on. Um, really a lot more. I think I was pretty tired at this point. I just was worn out with it for the most part. I'm like, okay, enough. We get it. We're never going to get to the bottom of Contessa and Scott's situation. Um, Scott is still, I don't know what planet Scott's on at this point. I don't know where Contessa is, but I'm tired. I'm literally exhausted of the situation. I don't know how Contessa's holding up with this all this time. I am literally exhausted of their situation for right now. Just, thank God it's their situation and not mine. But so we got this last piece now. The house, this separation thing was a thing. The house has actually been up for sale like since 2 months ago. Y'all went as far as to be putting the house up for sale. Why in the hell is Scott still acting like he don't understand the dire straits that y'all are in as pertains to y'all's relationship? How are you even considering that you're trying to make your marriage work when the damn house is on the market? That sounds like a marriage that's over to me. When we've gotten so far, the house is on the market, then you have this separation. Y'all even had a date by which to have the separation all completed by her birthday. So none of this is making sense. None is making sense. He just continues lying. She don't really want to say he's lying, but the more we go forth, the more information spills out, and it just is what it is. These are lies. These are lies. It's a man. No, it was a woman. No, I really didn't have no counselor at all. We were separating. No, we're not really separating. The house was on the market. No, the house ain't on the market. How the house get off the market? He took it off. I don't know what the facts are about Contessa and Scott. I know one thing that is true. I've grown tired of the situation for now. I'm checking out. I'll check in with them next season. I can't do no more. I can't go no more. I can't. I can't. See that, and that was always me as it pertains to relationships too. See, I don't have that type of stamina for that type of bullshit. All that, this, try to been like this. I don't. I'm tired. Let's move on. Okay, so Quad. For some reason, under normal circumstances, I would say this looked like it was filmed out of the order that they're showing it in. But for some reason, just this being Quad and Quad situation, I don't think it's Quad and Eugene really. I don't feel like it was really done out of sequence because the men didn't come out to a certain point. So things have been done, things have been said, things have been cleared up, and then all of a sudden Quad is over there and she is completely in her feelings. I mean, completely in her feelings. She got a whole attitude, like a whole attitude. Eugene is over, and this is one thing I do notice with them. They don't feel like the husband should say nothing. Just don't say nothing. So that's probably what put her in her feelings. Um, Heavenly's really, really bad with it. Really, really bad with it. Like, you know, the men don't say nothing. You know, nobody say nothing. I can say whatever I want. Quad is a little bit different. She's a little bit different. Her stance came out and was like, oh God. But she was like angry. And Eugene was saying, you know, sometimes y'all say stuff that's just kind of rough, and then y'all don't want us to say nothing. And a lot of times the things you're saying and you are demeaning us, it's you're dragging us as well. And she told him, well, if you want to be in women's business, then maybe I'm just going to buy you a skirt. And he told her, well, just make sure it's expensive. You know? And but there was like that whole thing, you know, where Curtis was like, you know, y'all kind of put yourselves in this man role where you're like talking real stuff to these men, and y'all don't want the men to say nothing back to you. And they're like, well, no, we don't. We don't want you saying nothing back to us. And Heavenly's like, you shouldn't never say nothing back to me. If I say something you don't like, you're supposed to go talk to my husband. Okay. And again, where the problem comes in, you have some people that were raised like that, and you have some people that weren't raised like that. Obviously, she was raised like that, but that's where it becomes a problem, because that's okay. It's all right. That is all right. That is okay. But in that same token, you aren't supposed to talk shit to men. You're not supposed to be in men's face, Heavenly. And we've been saying that this whole time. It's cool that you don't want men bantering with you. But at the same time, you need to get your ass and stay your ass out of men's face. You do, because you have to understand, all men ain't raised that way. It works like that with you and Damon, but all men ain't raised that way. All men ain't gonna hold on and wait for you to finish talking shit and then wait until they see Damon again. No, there's some men out here that'll cuss your ass out, Heavenly. And I know you know that. Girl, you hang with Funky Dineva. Do you really believe if you and Funky get into it, Funky gonna hold on and ain't gonna say nothing to you and is gonna talk to Damon? He's gonna cuss your ass out. And I know I know you're not that clouded in your brain that you honestly think that everybody is going to move like that. You seen that. Didn't Cecil cuss your ass out? Cecil cussed your ass out. Eugene didn't cuss you out, but Cecil very much went on and cussed your ass out. Y'all was going back and forth, back and forth. So it's kind of like you gotta, be real. Be real. In a perfect world for you, yes, you could go and run amok, and then people will go and aggravate the hell out of Damon. Like he got time for that. And I don't know. Whatever, child. But anyway, Quad had her whole attitude going, and she was like, listen, I don't care who it is. Anybody can get this work, man, woman, or child. I can go around with the best of them. I can roll. She understands the rules of engagement. She knows her mouth is spicy. She knows, see, and that's the thing with Quad. She really does know if you out there jumping with that mouth with men, there's some that are going to go there with you. So she be ready, because she knows that that's the reality of things. That and they live in Atlanta, child. She knows that's the reality of things. She knows her mouth is spicy. She knows that she may have to go and tongue wrestle with a dude or two, and she's on board for it. So hey, I ain't mad with you, but I just didn't understand how she got so angry. Like, why did you get so angry, Stink? What you get so angry about? Like, I thought you liked Eugene, so I mean, I don't know. She got real angry though over it, but maybe it's just the subject matter in general. I think the house thing was kind of touchy for her. I don't know. I would love to get to the bottom of that. I would love to actually talk to her about that specifically. Why does the house thing, why did that bother you so much? You know, why did that bother you? What was that? There's probably more that's not being said on film, but that subject about her house versus their house, that really got up underneath her skin. You know, that got up underneath her skin. And I think once she got up underneath her skin like that, Toya didn't even want to be in that space. You know, she made the comment. It was like, oh yeah, I got you. But after it happened and how angry she gets and how it keeps going right back to it, I don't think Toya even want to be in that space with Quad with that. But they there, child, and I don't think it'll ever stop coming up. And she don't even live in the house where they was doing all that arguing. She done bought a whole new house, but now it's always I got this and I got that, and I know what you did to get yours and all of this. It's real. That situation ain't cleared up. They'll still be revisiting that next year. I don't know. There's something else to it. I don't know why that bothered her so much because the whole fact of the matter was we all know it's a lie. We all know you can afford to go wherever you want. You know what I mean? We know. We know. We watching. We're watching. We're fans. We're watching. We see the projects that you have. We know where you've been. We see the work that you do. So everybody knows you're not broke. But I guess maybe it's just aggravating, you know, for her to be trying to throw that in her face. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe it stings her. Because, you know, Toya did start going right away to the girl, you don't even belong here. She did. It could still be that. Because, again, like I hold grudges. Quad holds grudges. She hates for you to say it, but she does hold grudges too. And maybe that's it. Because when she first got divorced and separated and stuff, Toya did immediately jump onto the you don't even belong here train. So now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably it. She probably ain't never forgave her for that because she did go forth with like she don't need to be here. She was rolling that train with Mariah. That Quad didn't need to be here. So that may be it that she ain't hanging. I would love to know. I'm just right now. I'm just talking, but I would really love to know why the vitriol, and how does it turn on so quickly? It turns on very quickly. All shit. Toya could sit the wrong way, and Quad is in her ass. And I'd be willing to bet though that's probably what that is. Because she did jump on that train real fast with Mariah about how she didn't need to be on the show and she didn't need to be there at all because she's not even married to Madison. Now, I'll be willing to bet some money that has to do with it. And she ain't let that go. And she probably never will. She'll probably never let that go. Anyway, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to her one day and figure it out. Say, girl, why you mad at her? Why you mad at Miss Millie, honey? Why you mad at the Fry Guy, child? Why you so angry with the Fry Guy and Grimace, girl? We'll see. Anyway, but I gotta feel they'll still be arguing about this shit next season. Anyhow, moving on. Now, and here's another one. What the hell is the wrath of Scott, and who the hell gives a damn? When they kept saying, I'm trying to save y'all from the wrath of Scott. Baby, ain't nobody scared of Scott but you, Contessa. That was so weird. And I was like, I want you to shut up now. I want you to shut up now because this is turning into something else. And people are starting to ask other questions because you act like you're scared of Scott. And now you're talking like we need to be scared of Scott. We don't give a damn. And Karen was right there with the shits. Karen was like, I'm not worried about Scott. I can handle my own. And the fact of the matter is, these stories don't add up. The stories he's telling doesn't add up. And I'm absolutely not worried about him and how he feels and the wrath of Scott. That was so weird. I was like, do you hear yourself? Nobody's scared of him but you, boo. And you definitely have a fear of him. You got a fear of him. And I don't know what that fear is. Like, do you don't like when he really goes off on you, or but you act like other people need to be scared of him, and they know Eric wasn't a damn soul. They're worried about no damn Scott. Nobody. I don't even see him like that. Like, worry about him for what? Because all he leaves. He leaves. So why do I gotta be scared of Scott? Scott runs off and leaves. When it gets too uncomfortable for Scott and he can't when he can't sway the room to believe that shit that he be saying, he leaves. So I don't know why anybody gotta be, what wrath? The wrath of how fast he's gonna walk past you? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know. Anyway, again, tiresome. Scott has been tired. Poor thing. In the last couple episodes, you have been tiresome, Dr. Scott. Anyway, and then the thing, yet once all of that goes on, she constantly grabs and pulls the other girls into the shed. You could ask Toya. You could ask Quad. And that was driving me nuts. You don't want to say stuff. You keep getting them to say it. I'm glad this is over. This is too much. It's too much. And the truth of the matter, Dr. Scott, he act like, the vibe I got from Scott is that Scott could care less if he ever sees any of these other castmates ever again. Just, he could care less if he ever comes in acquaintance with them anymore. Period. He is a very don't give a shit type of aura around him with this whole situation. Like he could care less if he ain't part of this little circle no more. Anyway, moving on. Having the last thing before we left out of there, that damn Heavenly, well, we know how she is. So Heavenly still, she didn't like none of that shit with Carrie. And I said that back when it happened, that she wasn't feeling that when she was calling Damon Daddy. And she said, you don't call him Daddy, you call him Dr. Damon. She said, okay, Dr. Damon Daddy. I said, oh. And I knew it. I said, oh, she got you. It was funny. It really, really was funny. And she really Carrie let Heavenly know, I gives less than a damn about what you're talking about. Girl, you can't bully me because I don't give a shit about what you're talking about. But Heavenly shaded her something awful. She said, see, I was going to say, that Duncan didn't used to be daddy to her, because, she was sleeping with Duncan before they got married. I said, oh. And it was, child, we were sitting there and it was like, Heavenly, you thought I could have said, you just said it. And you know that you just said it, you shady. That was shade. And Carrie wasn't nowhere around to even try to combat it or not. It was just a girl. Gave her a homewrecker already. I said, oh. Anyway, a mess, but that's where we went on out. The friend group is still intact. They're still intact. Funny thing is, we've done this whole season. Nothing got resolved. You do realize that. We did the whole season and not one thing has been resolved. Jackie and Simone are still where they are and they're going to work on it. Contessa and Scott is a mess. Toya and Quad, Toya seems better, but Quad's still in her feelings. She just, I don't even know if is she really in her feelings or she just still ready to jump on her. She just daring her, you know. She dare, daring her to say anything sideways. So yeah, ain't nothing really. Anila got her house built. Anila made it through her first season. That's about it. But everything else is pretty much where it was. Scott and Contessa are worse, but everything else is kind of where it was. Yeah, pretty much. Haviland, Simone, Charlie still, they in TV land. They ain't got it for each other really still. So I don't know. Hey, look, see y'all next season. Y'all know I'll be sitting right there, child, to be tired all over again. I hope Scott and Contessa's doing something else by then because I ain't got too much. I ain't got 3-4 episodes of this to sit through. They gonna have to move this along, child. Yes, God, honey. But anyway, that's it. That's the 3 parts. That's it for Married to Medicine. I will catch you all on the next go round. All right, y'all. Later.